Okay, now comes a very, very, very powerful interaction of Uranus and Pluto. They'll be trining, they are trining today, each other, from now through the middle of 3030. Pluto, in astrology, rules the soul. Who you were before you got here, what you were afraid of, what you felt like you were good at, where you tried to garner power and where you gave power up. The death and rebirth of whatever it is you were before you got here. It rules Scorpio and rules the eighth house of death and rebirth. It rules miracles and it rules total transformation. It's laid in the sign of Capricorn. It is doing everything I just described to the physical world, as Capricorn rules the last of the earth signs, and it rules structures that get put in place to kind of give the narrative of how the physical plane works. What it's done for me, it's sitting on my ascendant, and I'm just going to tell you like I see it. Don't really care. You can debate me if you want. Comments are welcome. But what it made me realize is there's a simulation, as it's sitting right close to my ascendant, that we're in. We chose to be here. The birth was the big deciding factor. Our death is already determined, in my opinion. And that what we got to do is we have choices all the way through, but our big decision was already made by the birth. And as Saturn transits late into Capricorn, I'm sorry, not Saturn, it's Pluto transits late in Capricorn and then gets ready to go into Aquarius. Aquarius is the last of the air signs, and it's where we get back on our unique path of the truth. That's what I'm on. I'm an early Aquarian ascendant. I am like going through a metamorphosis, and so I'm hoping you enjoy it. Some won't, some will, but I'm hoping you go with me and we figure this out together. So what's going to happen, just from the Pluto perspective, is we are going to figure this world out for what it is up to now, and then figure out what the universe is, because they're two totally different things. One is a simulation inside of the other. The Earth is not how the universe works. The sooner you awaken to that, the better you'll be. But the Earth is to teach us about the physical plane, and that our biggest cost is time. And Saturn rules Capricorn. Saturn rules is the keeper of time. And so Pluto transiting here, teaching us just that. We've been lied to. Pluto rules the ultimate in everything. Ecstasy, misery. Black, white. Good, bad. Beautiful, ugly. And we have to deal in extremes. What we're going to get ready to deal in is extremes into who we were and who we are when Pluto gets ready to move into Aquarius. The beauty of that is Aquarius is like our ability to seek and find the truth as it is, which is what I'm doing. Hopefully you're doing the same thing. And to find the truth, you have to find the lies, and you got to deal with both ends, because the truth is on one end, lies are on the other. And so you must deal with both. So if you're going to find the truth as you think it is, you got to find lies. Now, both the lies and the truth are ever changing and intermingling, right? You're always looking. What I'm not trying to do here is go, I have the absolute truth. What I'm trying to do is sit in the middle, observe both, because that's what you got to do with Pluto. That's the finest you can do. Get your ego out of the way and just say, I'm going to get better. I'm going to become more. I'm going to have an understanding that's more than I had when Pluto entered wherever it is. So we have all that to happen as Pluto goes, and it won't get fully into, it's going to get back into Aquarius in January, but it won't be fully into Aquarius for its 20-year run until November of 2024. And as it gets into there, into Aquarius, we are going to seek, and we will find our path of how we understand and our unique abilities to communicate. Now, I always like to talk about the air signs. Is you picture a hayfield, you're looking out over a prairie, and it's beautiful, and the wind comes and you see all the hay slowly bend and slowly connect with each other. Hold on a second here. The other thing about Aquarius, where Pluto's going to travel, I think I finished the hayfield where the wind hit it and all of the hay touched each other as it bent. And that's the communication, or that's the air signs, and that's we're all connected, in other words, right? The other thing about Aquarius and Uranus is it leaves you better than you're found. You get put back onto your unique path. You're not on the beaten path that everybody else is on. Hopefully you're going to see that. Hopefully you're picking up on that. Now, as far as the Uranian part, Uranus is still in Taurus, right? Going to be there for a little while. It'll go into Aquarius in the 25th, or May of 25, back into, I'm sorry, not Aquarius. It's going to go into Gemini, the first of the air signs. In May of 25, it'll go retrograde back into Taurus until April of 26, and then it'll be in Gemini, and these two planets are going to ride together for quite a while. Through 3030, mid 3030, and trining each other, which would be, they'll be in the same elements of communication, the first of the air signs, Gemini, and the last of the air signs, Aquarius. Now, Uranus rules Aquarius, so I like the fact and I like the potential that we have to go to a new frontier, be catapulted into more of the truth, or more of how the universe works. I feel like that's going to be almost a guarantee, but it's going to be in a way that'll be extremely chaotic, because that's how Aquarius and Uranus works, and it's going to be a way that will get you closer or more in line with your truth or your path. And Uranus being in Gemini, you may teach it, you may learn it, you may know it, you may some way, shape, or form, you're going to get more information. I don't care if it's in a dream. I don't care if it's through somebody else. I don't care if it's in a nightmare. I don't care if it's in a hunch or an intuition. Let all this work. Pluto's the soul. You're bubbling up. You're being taught. You're being shown all that you are, and you're being also shown that how this thing really works. You're getting out of this simulation that we're in of you're in this world and things are too difficult and you can't make it and you have to get a degree or you have to have a license. That is all bullshit, okay? The past and the history that we've been told through the system that's been created is not true. It's pretty much all not true. I'm not going to say everything, but the more you want to believe it's true, the more you're going to have to awaken, and the more you're going to get to awaken. It's happening now as people are starting to see that almost every structure, Capricorn and Saturn, that's been built, Pluto's destroyed. Whether you believe it or not, it's okay. I don't care. What's coming is the fact that you, within you, have everything you need. But it's up to you to break down the fear, the panic, the frustration that's within you to get that. Uranus is helping you. Uranus is in the first of the earth signs, Taurus, helping you realize that, what do I really need? What's going on here? What is stability on the physical plane? And you're starting to really piece this together, like maybe it is way more simple. Well, no, I'm telling you, it is way more simple. My philosophy is that if there's something that, just the basic of basics of basics, like astrology, you can look in the sky and there's planets. You need to breathe truly to live. You need to drink water. You need to eat, right? You need nutrition. All that's simple and is provided through the universe. But we've been, through the construct or the simulation, told that, no, you need a pill. Or no, you need to go to the doctor. Or no, you need to do this or that. Taking you one step further away from how it really works or how it really is. Believe me if you want, I don't care. I'm not a doctor. Don't pretend to be, never will be. But what I am is somebody that searches from the deepest perspective of who I am, and I want to put it out there to you. This transiting of Uranus and Pluto, trining is where they're 120 degrees apart. They're going to work with each other, make you the most unique, unbelievable soul that you could possibly be, and it's going to be exposed to others. You're going to communicate that or get it communicated to you to help you find that. The truth is here. It's right in front of you. The harder it is for you to see it initially, the bigger the change is going to happen within you. Not all of us are going to see this, and not all of us are going to be able to handle it. It's just how it works. Sorry. I'm not saying which group I'm in. but I can tell you where I am. I'm in the middle. As these planets continue to transit and continue to affect all of us, you'll start to see how this works and why it works, and what to do and how to deal with what the change that's coming. I would tell you to have the open mind in the aspect that anything's possible and everything you need is within you. If you can start with that, you'll like where this takes you. Now, here's what I want you to watch for. Whenever the sun, and this will include when the new moons happen and full moons, right? Transits in any of the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You want to watch from now through 2030, when the sun is when it hits in Gemini late May to late June, hits Libra late September to late October, and it hits Aquarius late January, late February. Those are key months, okay? Key months for you to watch anything going on, okay? Anything going on. Be careful and watch for that. As far as a perspective of how this is going to work for all of us, you're going to see and find more out about your soul, that you're timeless, that you have what you need, and that you are awakening to that which you know, not which is something you had to go get a license for, or you had to listen to the media, or no, these are things you're going to discover, and you're going to discover them in all different facets. It won't just be one of your best friends, or your astrologer, or your tarot card reader, or your massage therapist, or it'll be through all avenues. Don't miss a thing. Be fascinated. Live life from the perspective of everything's fascinating, because you will find your truths if you do this. You will also find and help you find and get to more of the truths through the lies that you discover. Now, once you get to a truth, you stop, I think, the search, but the search isn't over. You'll start seeing and go through that truth, right, to come to an understanding or a knowing. That's where I want you to get. I'm not going to even discuss any more of that. I just want you to do that, or think about that, or just let that sink in. This whole transit from now through 2030 is a chance for you to get back in line with nature, right? It doesn't mean you forego some of the advancements we've created, but it does mean that there's a way. There's always been a way, and it's way more simple than you think. So if it is complicated or has become complicated, that was by design, to get you out of an understanding that you have within you that this thing is way more simpler than you thought. The aha moments will come from everywhere now. You've got to get this. You've got to get back into your knowing. You've got to get out of this simulation. Find your power through your work, or by being awake, and through fascination, you get the power through others, but it was through how you approached it. So the best way to handle this is going to be stay in the middle. Both of these planets work in extremes or in chaotic ways. Go ahead and swing from end to end. You're going to be miserable. Do me a favor. Be the droplet. Be the droplet that hits that pond that is as still as it could get, and then observe all ripples to your left, to your right, top and bottom. Experience all sides. Stay in the middle. Don't get swayed or pulled too far. You will find amazement, fascination, and unbelievable energy, because that's really all we are. And the way energy works is if you need energy, you're going to go find a source that has extra, and you're going to take it, but eventually that source has to be replenished. If not, it gets removed. You're the same way. So be a energy that can provide, but can also provide energy, but also is open enough to be able to tap into energy around you, or around your energy field, that you can have access to when you need it. We all go through phases where we need it or we can provide it. And if you think about, the exchange always has to be equal, right? You never can create more energy than can be given, but you also can't take more than is there for you to have. It's always got to be balanced. if you think about that, think of that approach, you're going to handle this transit extremely well. Now, as this awakening happens, what you can't have is, because Uranus and Pluto both love you to have an ego and love you to say, I know, I'm great, I'm this, I'm that, because it'll, like I do the analogy with water. I tell you to use both hands and gather as much water as you can because you're going to need it. You that are stressed out are going to reach in and squeeze it, right? Well, wring that out when you squeeze it and tell me how much you get into your little coffer there that you need the container to hold the water. Or gently scoop, seal your hands, scoop, pour it in, scoop, which is way less effort, didn't have to squeeze, and you got way more water. That's how Pluto and Uranus are going to deal with your ass. Good luck. You can be as panicked and as fearful and as egotistical as you want. You're going to lose the most. Have at it. Have at it. Let that ego run. Tell everybody you know everything. Don't be fascinated. Don't be amazed. Don't sit in the middle. You are going to have one hell of a shitty run from 2023 to 2030. You're going to have a shitty run. If you do get in the middle, and I pray that you do with everything I have, I know the universe is trying to show you that, you will be amazed at what happens. Patience is going to be a key. Staying in the middle is going to be a key. And being a master where you can apply yourself a bit and then you observe. And then you check, every once in a while, check the pulse of what happened when I applied, what happened when I observed, how are things changed because of me. How are things changed because of what I've understood and because I've become more aware or I've awakened to that which is in front of me. The Great Awakening's here. Not everybody's going to get there. In fact, there's a lot that won't. I know which side I want to be on. I know what side, and I know how fascinated I am. I'm just trying to do the best I can. I want to, when I die, when I pass, I want to be in the middle and be aware that I passed and be aware that my opportunities are endless. They didn't end. They're endless. And so I'm not going to be panicked in the choices I made. I hope you can get there. I think that's a key to all this. Man, I wish you the best. Good luck. Questions? Let's have them. Let's go. Uranus and Pluto are going to help us. Do you want to be helped? That's going to be up to you. Take care.